Well, after some deliberation, this is right where the break was, and I think really the best way is to just extend these wires, and I should be able to tuck extra wire up somewhere, is what I'm hoping anyway. So what we need now is some heat shrink tubing, and we need to make a good solid mechanical connection in addition to soldering it. This is going to be carrying, I forget what the current rating on the thing was, what, 1100 watts or so? 800 watts. So my guess is each element is 400 watts. Can you see the thin shit wire they use? Yep. And it's aluminum, no less. So you want to talk about Chinesium, you got it. Anyways, this is like heater grade wire. Why the fuck you'd use aluminum for that is beyond me. But it has this, I guess, fireproof coating on it. It's like a cloth something. I don't know if that'll focus. It's like a cloth covered something. Well, I don't have any of that, and I'm not going to go and get it. I'm just going to make this thing work. And if it blows up again, it'll blow up again. It'll pop a breaker or something. I'm not worried about it. So this is the wire I have. Offhand, I don't know what gauge it is, but it certainly is thicker, as you can see there, than the existing wire. I guess we'll make the red sort of the reddish brownish, and I need to get some heat shrink, and we'll make the mechanical connection and solder it. I got some heat shrink. I would love to shove this stuff down on the wire a bit. I guess that's about as good as it's going to get. And I don't know if it's going to slide over this with the heat shrink, but we're sure as fuck going to find out, aren't we? So we'll put that there. And I'm going to make what's called a Western Union joint. It doesn't have to be entirely sound, just good enough. And basically you're going to do this and roll it onto itself. So you sort of twist it onto itself like that. Okay, and now we'll get the soldering iron and solder. See all the cool shit I got to break out for this project? Heat shrink tubing, we're gonna have a heat gun cameo, we got to open something up, I got the helping hands, I got the solder iron holder. This is something that some unnamed telephone individual should get. See, there's dirt on the tip. The sponge is there. I've wet it already. You just wipe it off. Nice shiny tip. I'm going to tin that, and we'll get started over here. We'll tin that up nice. Both sides. Get some more solder at the ready. And we're just going to come under and heat the joint real well and apply the solder. Now, I'm not good at soldering, but I'll get the job done. But the good part is that we have a solid mechanical connection. I should really use a higher wattage iron for this, because this iron is only like 25 or 30 watts. So it really takes a while for it to transfer the heat and sort of wick the solder up into the wires themselves. There we are. That's it. And the iron goes right back in. See how nice that is? That's right. So now we have an absolutely solid mechanical connection. A nice solid mechanical connection that's soldered in place so it won't come undone. How it's going to interface with the rest of the machine is anybody's guess. Probably not well, but you know how that all goes. And now we're going to that. Make another connection there. Put that in the helping hands. Okay. And some more solder. Now, of course, I'm going to repeat this on the other side, and I'm not going to show you that, because that's going to be kind of a fidgety process, because the two halves are going to have to be here and in the way, and all kinds of great stuff like that. I guess I'm better than I thought at soldering, because if you can talk while you're doing it and not having to pay, you know, exact attention to what you're doing, yet still get a good solder joint, you're all set. Now, I should of course have a solder fume extractor as well, but that's actually a little project I've been meaning to build. Nothing more than an old microwave fan that has been laying around. But I'll get to that one day. In the meantime, I like my lead solder, and I like the fumes. So, if I don't die before I make that, we're all set. So we have our connections, and I guess we can heat shrink those now, so let's do that. Okay, I just slid the heat shrink tubing up to cover everything. Remember him? Let's see how it'll do. Hey, it works! It is really working. That actually worked a treat. I like this little thing. I don't know why. Alright, it's not that hot. Just for grits and shins, as UXW Bill would say, let's see if this would actually fit. The answer is not exactly, but with a little coercion, it can look like this. And the idea is I'll be able to push this wire up a bit so it's not in the path of most resistance or something. And hopefully that'll do the trick. So that sort of kind of almost wants to fit a little bit. So I'm going to carry on and hook up the other side, and we'll give it a final test. So here's some of the handiwork. Soldered the other end. I think it's right. I hope it is. We'll find out. But anyway, I got some heat shrink, and I have some more heat shrink here. So I want to sort of hit this first and then try to put that over, and hopefully it'll fit. So we'll kind of go this way, direct the heat away from the other heat shrink tubing. This is one of those appliances that like must be saved. So that's why I'm repairing it. And you know, bear in mind, just about anybody else would have thrown the thing out and bought another one for 40 bucks. But this is essentially a no-cost fix. I had the solder, I had the heat shrink, I have all the tools to fix stuff when stuff like this happens. So let's put some other heat shrink on and see if that'll fit. Oh, I like that kind. Now we'll just heat the fuck out of it. And I'll see if I can close it back up. Okay, it's back together. Something's a little wonky with this metal ferrule, if you will. I don't have it seated quite right, so it rubs a little bit, but it's otherwise solid. It's plugged in. Let's turn on power, and we'll see if we get our little light. We do. Nothing is blown up yet. Starting to get warm. Starting to get warm. Getting warm. We'll sit and let it cook till the thermostat is satisfied. We did it. It's fixed. It's nice and hot, ready to cook, and I got nothing to cook anyway. But it's fixed. So that's it. I should see how that works. That's like the floating hinge design kind of thing. Yeah, I guess it'll sort of work that way. So that's good, and as it cools, it will turn the light back on and maintain temperature. It's all there. It's fixed. It's working. There's no strange smoke or smells or anything like that, so it looks like it's been successfully repaired. Like I said, anybody else would have thrown it out and bought another one. That just doesn't fly here. Not when you can fix it for free. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.